justaz.com Productions with Just Az Hydroponics, How to Clean Sand and Set Up an Aquarium. Part 1. Cleaning the Play Sand.
Hi, today we're going to talk about putting sand in an aquarium. The sand we're going to use is play sand that you can buy at any home improvement store. Bought this for about 10 cents a pound. Or you can get pool filter sand to use. Today we're going to clean the sand and then later on put it in the aquarium.
We'll clean the sand using 5-gallon buckets, pouring about 1/4 of a bag into each bucket. This ensures the sand is thoroughly cleaned and keeps the amounts manageable. It's best to do this project outside so no debris or sand gets into your plumbing system. Pour the sand into a bucket. With the hose on and using a nozzle, dampen the sand. Then push the nozzle down into the bucket. Move the hose around to get the sand moving. You can see the water is cloudy. That's the stuff you don't want in your tank. When the bucket is full, carefully drain the water. The sand, being heavier, stays at the bottom, but don't tilt the bucket too far. Repeat this process several times until the water runs clear. Carefully fill the bucket with water and allow the bucket to stand for about 2 hours. If the water is clear so that you see the sand at the bottom, the sand is clean enough for your fish tank. Drain the water and get ready to add it to the tank. Part 2. Adding the sand and rocks. Scoop the sand from the buckets using a small bowl and place it into the tank, spreading it out across the length of the tank. Use a piece of scrap wood to smooth out the sand. This creates a fairly level foundation or substrate for your landscape. Add more sand to this foundation to sculpt your landscape. Use the scrap wood or a similar object to shape hills and valleys. When you're happy with the contours, add the rocks. Push the larger rocks gently down into the sand to anchor them. Stack smaller rocks to create small caves and ledges. This gives the fish places to hide and creates a visually interesting aquarium. We plan to add cichlids to our tank, and they'll enjoy the rocks and sand. We also have a catfish we'll transition to this tank. You can add plants to your aquarium if you'd like, but it isn't necessary. Part 3. Fill the tank with water. To fill your tank with water without disturbing the landscape, place a small bowl on a level part of the sand. Place the hose so the end is a few inches or so above the bottom of the bowl. Turn the water on slowly. Allow the water to run over the sides of the bowl. If it kicks up sand, turn the water pressure down. The flow should be just strong enough to keep the bowl filled and the water running down the sides, but it shouldn't disturb the landscape. We've used about 90 pounds of sand in this 55-gallon tank to create this sand and rock landscape. The minimum amount of sand you should use is 1 pound of sand to each gallon. But if you want a more elaborate landscape, use more sand. The tank is now ready to add filters and lighting and a cycle before adding the fish. Thanks for watching.